So I got a new piece in today for the sim rig. And my dog started barking as soon as I started recording. Nice. One thing I want to do is make sure this works, and then I gotta find a spot for it on the rig. What should my title be? Should I do like Hoovie's Garage?
World's cheapest sim rig.
How's it going, guys? Back on the headset microphone. Don't mind the glove. I got some eczema going on. Fingers are cracking and they're bleeding. All right. The foundation of the whole rig is the Temu aluminum profile rig, which is $200. And that's just this bottom part here. It's none of this. It's just that bottom frame and then the center frame. It's 3060 aluminum profile. And I am running an R9. So for what I'm using it for, it's perfect. It's super solid. I also went through and I bought a bunch of extra brackets, corner brackets, and I basically went and doubled up on every single corner across the whole thing. So it's super solid. Never had any issues with it. There's no flex. The force feedback translates through the wheel and not the rig, which is good. So that the standalone was $200 for the baseline aluminum profile rig from Temu. And I also got this bucket seat off Temu as well. It was also $200. And it's actually great. It's kind of I think it's kind of going for the NRG Prism look. It's got dog hair all over because I have two dogs, but it's pretty quality. I mean, I have no complaints. It's comfortable, and it's a solid little bucket seat. Good back support. So that was $200. So we're at the baseline of $400 now. The next thing I got was the triple monitor stand, and I actually got this off Amazon for $125, but they're also for sale on Temu for the same price. And so this is actually a separate monitor stand. It gets kind of convoluted when everything's there, but it's a separate triple monitor stand, and it was only $125. I haven't had any other triple monitor stands. It took me, like the first time I set it up, I spent hours trying to get everything dialed and leveled, and there's some sort of black magic with these screws, because you screw one in, you raise it up one in, and then this comes like in and out. So, and I never really figured it out. I just kind of fumbled my way into getting it lined up. I went for the 120 degrees. They're 27-inch flat panels, 1080p, 180 hertz. So that's another thing I saved on quite a bit. These are View Edge. I got these off Amazon, and they were on sale for $90 each. So like I said, they're 1080p, 180 hertz, IPS panels. And they actually look really good. I have no complaints. There's really, it didn't leave me wanting for more. I did a lot of research about about whether to go 1080p, 1440p, 27 or 32. I went for 27s and 1080p because I care more about FPS than pixel fidelity. So having a higher frame rate is more important to me than having a little bit crisper image. And with the 27-inch, I haven't had any times where there hasn't been any situation where I feel like I need more resolution. Like when you're driving fast, you're moving, you're grooving, you're not really thinking about that. And I can just crank up the DLSS and anti-aliasing, and it's pretty much good to go anyways. So yeah, that's the core setup right there. That's kind of the baseline. So when I first set it up, it had these thin 30-30 profiles. So you can see them here. So these were set up as it was just one single 30-30 and down to the ground. And that's what held this. And that's actually what this is. This is the shifter plate. And I put this up here so in the future I can add another 5-inch screen here, or 7-inch screen. I was gonna add another one here at some point. So what I did extra was I ordered some more aluminum profile off of Amazon, which funny enough, Amazon had exactly what I needed. And I got 2 of the 30x60, 700 millimeters, and then 2 of the 30x30, and actually 4 of them, and it's the same 700 millimeters. So when I started, I didn't have this design in my head at all. So I just happened upon it by trial and error. We all know these. This is what the original rig came with. They're kind of flimsy. I don't like them. They're wobbly. So immediately that was something I wanted to change or get rid of. And this is the 3rd iteration of the seat that I've had. So it took me a long time, like weeks, to decide on mounting it up here. The last iteration I had it mounted down here, and it was great. It was solid. It's just too low. So I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'2", and getting down in and out of it was a pain in the butt. So the next thing I decided to do was I wanted to raise everything up. So that the first iteration, these monitors were way down here, and there was about 1.5 feet of this sticking out on top. So I wanted to sit higher up so I don't have to crawl out and I don't know, mess up my back trying to get out of it. So that's what I did. I ended up, this is, there's a few different versions that I went through before I got to this, but I went to Home Depot and I got these, they're like structural brackets. They're super heavy duty. And I got the one over here and one over here. And also on Amazon, I ordered a seat bracket, a seat sliding mount. It's actually for a rally car. And it's, the reason I got it is because it's on one side only. And the one that it came with was too narrow. So I couldn't actually attach it because I have everything installed on the outside of these. So it was too wide for the one it came with for some reason. But yeah, I can kind of get under here. So I mounted these brackets. They're like $25 each. I had all the hardware. This is just stuff out of my junk drawer. But mounted all these. And first I mounted it way up here, then I mounted it down here, and I kind of found my sweet spot here. So I have a little bit of angle back, and it's sitting pretty flat. This is something I went back and forth with so many times where I saw and I thought it was a little crooked, or it was a little this, a little that, and I took it down and restarted so many times because I saw just something a little off, and so many times I restarted. So we got that, the seat, I'm happy with the seat, and then I worked around the seat from there. Because I did all my research on, basically your seat is where you start. That's where like the foundation of your rig is from. and you base everything else off of that. So my goal with seating position was to just go based off of all the research I did. I mean, everyone knows you want to have your arms at around 90 degrees. You don't want your shoulders to be lifting off the back of the seat when you turn. You want to be able to maneuver comfortably. One thing I found for me, I'm a little more comfortable having, because I have long arms. So having a 90 degree bend in my arms I have to be really close, and I have long arms. And so to be able to put my wrist over top of the steering wheel, I need to be farther away than you would think. So after playing with seating position for a while, I found something that's comfortable. And I found a comfortable distance for the pedals. And yeah, so back to the pricing and stuff. So the brackets were about 25 bucks a piece. So it wasn't too much there. I didn't pay for the hardware. So that was pretty cheap. It just took a lot of time and effort and restarting on the seating position. And down here, so this is what the old seat was mounted on, these things here. But I actually this is just something else random. It was like a roller cart that was supposed to hold a what's it called? A projector. So yeah, so I just reused that. And at first I was putting, this is a subwoofer I already had, but I was putting that on top of there. But I've actually started using this as a step stool to get in and out. Because I'm 32 now, and the older I get, the more noises I make when I get up and get in and out of this thing. So I just trying to do as much quality of life things to make it easy to get in and out of. So yeah, that's that. The build quality and the stuff that comes with the original kit is good. Everything's solid. I haven't had any issues. Like I said, I doubled up on all the brackets and I torqued everything down. So everything is super solid. I got this monitor off Amazon. It's I think it's a 10-inch monitor, and I use it with the sim hub and just for gauges. And I'm gonna get another monitor and use it for track stuff, and use it for track times and stuff. But I use this for the gauges here. I mean, even like this little thing here, there's a bunch of iterations on that. I had it vertical in portrait mode for a while. I had it in landscape. I tried to tuck it in. I had it taped up there and it fell down a few times. And I've just kind of landed on having an Allen bolt up here and then applying pressure there. And then a little hook going into the aluminum profile here on the back. And then there's a screw that is pressing against the back of the monitor. But this monitor is solid. That's not moving. And with this thing, because I bought it new and I kind of beat the crap out of it, and I got a new respect for how tough monitors are, because I've always babied them. I'm always super careful with my stuff. But this one's been through the ringer, and right now it's torqued. I have it torqued against this. It's bent right here. It's really solidly in there, not moving. So that thing's tough. Amazon 60 Hertz 1080p monitor. Highly recommend. So that was about 70 bucks. This keyboard and mouse I already had. And how I mounted this, which is a little bit ghetto, but it was also, I took apart it was a portable cart that holds a projector, the projector I have. So I took it apart and used some of those pieces across the rig, mostly for the mouse and keyboard. So I also have this guy. Everyone in the sim racing community has one of these. But for me personally, especially when wearing gloves, I want to have a mouse. That trackpad, it sucks. I don't like using it, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I got my Wooting keyboard. This is from my Counter-Strike days. So it's a very nice keyboard. It has all the nice clunks. So I really enjoy that keyboard. And the Razer Death Adder V3 mouse. So it's this is when I used to be super big into Counter-Strike and competitive FPS. So that's left over from that. Didn't really pay for that. The other big thing that I changed from V2 to V3 where we're at now is these casters. So I decided to raise the whole thing up like I was talking about before when I was talking about it was too low. So that was a part of the plan, is put it on casters. And I actually found those at Home Depot. They're super cool. They have lock swivel. So you can lock the swivel and then you can lock the wheel. So put the swivel down there. So now it won't swivel and the wheel's locked this way. They're super cool. They're like 30 bucks a pop. So it was kind of expensive. I put 6 on there. And so that was about like 150 bucks or so. And yes, so another thing I did was the bass shakers. I got 2 bass shakers off of Amazon. It wasn't the, not the Daytonas. It was just another Amazon one, 6 decibels. They're like 50 bucks a piece. And I got this amp, which was about 70 bucks. So all that together, like 100, like 260 for the bass shakers. One of them is here. I have one of them under the seat, and then one of them over here is under the pedals. And those by themselves were a huge game changer. Having the haptic feedback on wheel slip, loss of traction, and just like even the engine vibration, road feel is super cool. And I've really enjoyed having those. That's one of the things that made the biggest difference for immersion to me. Besides triples was one, and then having the haptic motors, the bass shakers, is a game changer. And I personally, this rig, I don't plan on doing motion just because it's so expensive, and I've kind of reached, we all say this, but I've reached a point where I feel like it's completed. I don't have any more desires to push further as far as I don't want to do motion on this rig. And yeah, I'm just kind of going to be refining what I have here. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. It's been a blast to build, and it's been a blast to drive in. Another thing, a part of the build is this PC. So I had another PC before, and then I upgraded to this. This is actually an amazing deal in itself as well. It's the Walmart $18.99 CyberPower, or I don't know if I forget the name of the pre-built. I have it somewhere. But basically, it was $18.99. It comes with a Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, 32 gigabytes DDR5, RTX 5070 Ti, 2 terabyte NVMe M.2, I think 850 watt power supply, and I think that's it. Windows 11. Anyway, it was a great deal. I saw it. I was at Walmart and I saw it, and I immediately picked it up. So I don't know if they didn't get the memo on the RAM situation, but if you see $18.99 computer with those specs at Walmart, swoop it up. All right, let's see. Earlier today when I was doing another video, I don't know if it's gonna be a part of this one, but I just, this arrived today. It's the sequential Moza shifter. I just got this on. I haven't really used it much. Then I got the 5-speed or the 7-speed gated shifter from Moza, which is all right. It does the job, but looking back, it's probably overpriced. You can get the same thing for like 40 bucks. So it is really overpriced. but I got it when I just got it. I was rearing to go and I just wanted a 5-speed shifter. So, and originally I got the R5 bundle with the SRP light pedals. Since then, I sold the R5 and I upgraded to the R9. And then I also upgraded the SRP lights to have a load cell. So I did the alien mod on these guys, and apparently the sensor is actually better than the SRP load cell pedals. So that's what I heard. I don't know if it's cope or not, but yeah, they've worked good. I like them. The pedal feel is a little bland. It's like the throttle and the clutch. There's nothing really there. And I ordered some Simpson. What are they called? The Simpson Plus X pedals with the hydraulic pistons on the throttle and the clutch and the load cell. So I picked those up for $280, and that'll be the next and possibly the last thing that I upgrade on this rig. There's really after that, there's really nothing else I have planned. But I do plan on if anybody's interested, I will do an unboxing of the Simpson Plus pedals, and maybe do an install video. So that's really it, and we can take a look at my beautiful cable management. It's kind of gotten it was perfect, but it's gotten a little sloppy. I got my power bank attached to the bottom of the pedals, and so everything's lifted up. All the electronics are lifted up the ground except for a couple folded up wires. These speakers are actually really good. I got these off Amazon quite a while ago, but these come with that sub in the back, so having these playing with the sub, it's a very good sound. And then having the haptic bass shakers on the pedals and the seat is a really cool experience, and I've really enjoyed it. I might hop in the rig here and get some gameplay. Like I said, I've spent more time building this and tinkering than I have actually using it. So I suck, but it's all about having fun. And I love rally. I really love rally. I love drifting, and I suck at rally, but I'm trying to get better. And my goal is to go to a rally school and do a real life rally. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it's something that's very doable. I just have to do it. So I'm excited to get a lot of practice. I've been playing Assetto Corsa Rally. Of course, I've been playing RBR for years. Sim Rally fans, Richard Burns Rally. It's kind of a love-hate relationship with that game, but it is still the best as far as physics and stuff goes. And Dirt Rally, and I never really got into the WRC games because they just feel, I don't know, feel kind of floaty to me. But anyways, I'm rambling. I think that is kind of the breakdown of the rig. If there's anything I missed, oh, and I bought this wheel, $50 off Amazon. It's it's Alcantara. It feels like Alcantara. It's solid. It's a great wheel. I actually really like this, and I got the NRG quick release. So that was probably around $100. Oh, the NRG quick release was actually kind of expensive. It was like $100 by itself. So we're looking at like 170 for those. And then I also have, if I'm gonna be doing iRacing, I have the original Moza. So this is the one that came with the R5 bundle, but then I also got I swapped out the actual rims. That's the old one over there. And so this is the, I don't like the half donut rims. I like the full circle ones. So yeah, this is honestly, I rarely use this. 90% of the time I'm using that wheel. It feels so much better. And I just can't, I go through phases of iRacing where I get into it and then I'm not, and then into it and I'm not. It's just kind of, I don't know. I've never been able to go like all in on iRacing. I don't know why. And racing in general, it just doesn't click for me like rally does. I enjoy racing, but it's just, I don't know. It's not the, it doesn't grab me like rally. It's mostly rally. And drifting I find relaxing. I enjoy drifting. But I am rambling once again, so I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do this professionally. I just love the hobby of sim racing, and I wanted to share what I've been building because my wife and nobody else in real life really cares. So I figured I'd share it with internet people, and hopefully you guys can find this and hopefully you like it. I don't know. So I would like to make more videos about sim racing stuff and tinkering. I just filmed some installing the sequential brake this morning. So I'm gonna play around with, maybe people would like to see like when you're actually from start to finish doing the upgrades on the rig. So if like you know how people work on cars and stuff like that for YouTube. So I don't know. I thought it'd be a good idea. I figured it'd be fun. And I rambled and rambled and rambled. So I am gonna jump into the rig and let's get some bad gameplay of Assetto Corsa Rally. All right, I'll see you there. All right, let's get her done. I'm getting massive understeer. I think I turned traction very low. I'm understeering like crazy. I think I picked dirty road conditions. These are not optimal conditions, boys. It's actually my first time ever using a sequential. Feels kind of weird not slamming gears. Is that a 2? Yep. That was a 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little walk around of my rig. I forgot to turn on my headset the entire time I was talking about it. So I'm gonna go through the footage and see if the GoPro audio is working. This is not a professional gig. It's kind of chopped, to be honest, but I just wanted to put it out there and hopefully someone could enjoy it. And let me know if you want to see that Simsun Pedals Plus X unboxing installation video. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I've been rambling. I love you. Bye-bye.